Whoa, whoa, whoa. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. This is another episode of Painting Happy Little Minis.
It is, indeed.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
Thursday,
Rick.
2 o'clock.
It is.
We must be painting.
We must be painting. I'm Rick.
I'm Dave.
And today we are going to be painting the bad guys.
Villains.
Yeah, so we've painted a lot of the heroes and for building character in the D&D realm. And now because when Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes came out,
Okay.
I was like, this is great inspiration for villains.
Yep.
Let's paint some villains, and then tomorrow we'll start doing some building characters where we make some villains.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Neat.
So what did you
great.
pick out of yours?
I picked this guy. I'm going to, somebody. We switched the cameras around because we've got this lovely new table, which is great for board games and so on. But, okay, so we've got this guy. Where is he? So he kind of looks like a merchant.
Okay.
He's got his hand out, so he's obviously wanting somebody to give them some gold.
Yeah. Do me a favor, I do you a favor.
Yeah.
Type situation.
I think it's that kind of feel.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I picked him. And what are you going with? Are you going with?
So I'm working on basically the henchmen.
Okay.
It could be like his bodyguards. But I also pulled another figurine. So while I do like all their cloaks in this like crimson red,
Yep.
I'm also going to be doing this little group's leader, like maybe his left-hand man.
Okay.
Who is this guy?
I like how you said left-hand man.
Yeah.
Sinister. Sinister.
Yes. Who
Okay.
he's got like a pole arm, a sword, a bow. He's kind of like a weapons master maybe.
He's all ready to take somebody on.
Yeah, but I think he's going to be the good left-hand villain who maybe also is trying to, if you're going to go like storylines and stuff,
Yeah.
he wants to be that guy.
Right.
You know?
He's just waiting for his chance.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay. Nice. That's cool.
And what series are those from?
So these are from Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures, the WizKids line. There might be a couple deep cuts in here as well, the Pathfinder ones. Nolzur's.
Nolzur's.
Nolzurs. Marvelous Miniatures.
Yep.
By WizKids.
And I'm going to be holding back the miniature a little bit, like this.
Yeah, you forgot your glasses again?
No, I feel like such a dumbass. They're sitting right there on my desk, home, and I looked around and was like, oh, I didn't use any of my paints over the last 2 nights.
Okay.
So I just grabbed my box of paints and ran out.
Well, you grabbed more than that, didn't you?
No, really just...
No.
Sorry, yeah, okay. You're right. Well, I assumed that they were in the glasses case that was on top of the box of paints. As I said, dumbass.
Well, you got a lot going on right now.
I do have a lot going on.
You're saying our local electric company kind of put a wrench in your plans.
Yeah, I had a bunch of things to do today, but...
That you didn't schedule.
A bunch of things that I had scheduled that that had to be put aside because, they wanted to change out my gas service. Which, no matter how many times I ask somebody, like, what does that mean?
Right.
It changes for each person.
It's a whole new definition?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
For some people, it's just fix the line.
Right.
And for some people, it's
replace the whole...
Take the pipes up to your house. And for some people, it's move the meter and replace these things. And we're qualified to bring gas from the street to your meter, but not to take it any further. So we can do this bit, but we can't do that bit once we've done that bit.
Mm-hmm. And a whole new crew comes in to do that bit. But then when the meter's going to be moved from that spot to that spot, that's another whole crew.
Yeah.
And it'll be done in,
Yeah.
good time.
Exactly.
So Sandy has a question. What do you think are the best paints to use?
Oh, good question. There are quite a few different paints that are available. For miniature painting, paints that are made for miniature painting are the best ones to go for. But each paint range has their own strengths and weaknesses. Some of them have a huge range of colors. Some of them have very muted colors. Some of them have very bright, vibrant colors. It really comes down to trying out a few different ones and finding what your personal preference is. But we tend to use a mix.
Yeah.
So what are you working with at the moment?
So right now I'm using a wide variety of Army Painter reds. So the Army Painter war paints. But I also, on my rack here, I've got Vallejo color line and inks. There's even, I want to say there might even be, no, it looks like just Vallejo and Army Painters are the two.
Yep. So I've got a whole bunch of Vallejo here and some P3, and in my box down here, I've got some Citadel and some Secret Weapon miniatures stuff. So
nice.
Usually one of the best things, or one of the things I recommend, is to head into your local hobby store and start working with the paints that they have there. The reason I say that is that it generally means that you'll get used to using those, and when you run out of a paint, you can head into your local store. So we all know buying from your local store is best.
That is true, because it's all about being part of that community.
Yep.
And the good thing too is there's usually, like, I don't want to call them house painters, but there are people that is their spot. When they paint their miniatures, they'll go to the local game store, and that they can kind of hang out, and they share ideas and stuff with other painters. And then you can interact with them. If you're new to painting, they're more than likely going to teach you some techniques. And if you have questions, they obviously are usually really good at answering them as well.
You're talking about Doug down at Games and Stuff, aren't you?
I'm talking about that whole group down at Games and Stuff.
Dave and
there's
a couple of Daves.
Yeah, there's quite a few individuals that on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, there'll be 4 or 5 of them sitting around those tables painting, and of course, they're also heckling each other and having a good time, because that's again, that's the community that is spawned by this, and it's just a great community to be around.
Exactly.
There's one guy, I don't know his name, but he's kind of a buffer Asian dude.
Okay.
He was painting this freaking dragon, or not, no. It was a Warhammer piece that had wings, so I just assume it's a dragon, but it could be literally a demon or something.
Yep.
But it was huge and had a big wide wing spread, and that thing was beautiful.
Cool.
So yeah, local game store.
Younger guy?
I mean, younger than us.
I was wondering if it was. Everybody's younger than us.
It seems like that.
Yeah. Maybe get a haircut, get rid of some of this gray. But it might have been Johnny Miller.
Could have been.
It was.
What's up, Sebastian?
An awesome painter from that might be up in this area now.
Nice. Yeah, there are some. I mean, any store you go to, like even right here at Titan, there's Justin is really good.
Does great work.
Yeah. But like I said, I think most stores have a really good crew that kind of hangs out there and paints.
Yeah.
If they have.
If they have a painting area.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sandy says, thanks for the info.
Indeed.
No worries. It may sound like we're just saying sort of try whatever because we don't want to pick a favorite, but it really is the case that there are those strengths and weaknesses for each of them.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Army Painter metallics, particularly the gunmetal.
Right. Gunmetal gray is great.
Yep. I love the Vallejo Model Air Aluminium. Aluminium. Rin Flesh is a really cool color from P3.
Right.
There's a lot of paints that you can use.
Yeah. And of course, it really is a trial and error thing to find those pigments that you like. Viscosity is also a thing.
Yep.
If you want to, get really buff, the Army Painter War paints and Vallejos are great for that because you got to shake the crap
Shake
out of
everything.
those. You're gonna have great, strong arms.
Yep. I saw a photo online today of somebody had used a rubber band to attach a paint pot to the blade on a jigsaw.
Okay.
So when you squeeze the trigger.
Nice.
Like and then somebody was like, well, that those lids fit in the chuck of a drill. So you can slide it in and
spin it. Oh, beautiful.
So I have a friend who has a clamp
Okay.
that he puts into his reciprocating saw. It's like it connects to the mains. It's just like,
God.
yeah, it's pretty intense. I don't go that far.
I almost feel like sometimes those are just people trying to make a meme.
Possibly, yeah, yeah.
But maybe not on purpose.
Yeah, I think you might be right there.
Just so you guys know, James is here.
Hey, James.
All right.
Peter is also watching. Nick and Carl and Mini Painting Studios.
Nice.
Cool. Hey,
The
everybody.
whole crew. I like it.
The yellow wasn't quite dry, and now it's leaking onto my
Uh-oh.
shirt underneath the
Ah.
jacket, the vest. Oh, well.
That guy's just a mess.
Thanks.
He's been drinking. It's the stain from the grog.
Right, yeah, like I said. Too much tobacco.
Hey, it's Kale Swift.
Hey, Cat. Welcome. We're getting ready for
So what was your
Mel's,
guy again, Dave? Who was your miniature again?
He's it looks like a merchant / swindler.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not sure.
Maybe even like a merchant pirate.
Yeah,
you know?
possibly. I thought I wanted to try something different to what I've been painting recently. Like I've been painting lots of reds and greens and browns and grays and that sort of thing. So I'm gonna go for a yellow and purple.
Nice. So it could be very flamboyant attire.
Yep.
You know, maybe try to mimic the clothing and fashion of a southern territory, like a realm in the southern lands.
Right.
But he tends to play up in the northern.
So you think I
areas
should
of-
paint him like green and gold when you talk about the southern,
No.
great southern lands,
No.
like Australia? No, okay.
Well, we all know that Australia doesn't exist. It's just actors and actresses paid by
Paid
NASA.
actors.
Paid actors by NASA. Yeah.
Yes.
Hashtag
all that's-
flat earthers.
All that super funding.
Hashtag Space Force.
But yeah, that's that Facebook page, the Flat Earth Believers
Yeah.
Facebook page. That guy is awesome.
Oh, I have no doubt.
Epic level troll. I'm pretty sure he's Australian too.
Do you really?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think he is.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, definitely good.
Oh, Kat says that they like the paint stand, Rick.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
cool. Thank you. This was I'm trying Impudent Mortals.
Impudent Mortal, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Also, Mike asks, do you guys wash your figures first? These figures seem resistant to the first coat.
These are actually pre-primed, so I don't know if washing them would be a good idea. And plus, my paints are really thin right now for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I haven't, mainly because I really only paint D&D miniatures when I'm on the show.
Right.
But generally only wash resin minis.
Okay. Because there's like a dust, right?
It's usually a spray, some sort of like an oily spray
Okay.
that they might use. It depends on the resin, and it depends on the mold
Okay.
and who's using it.
Right.
But yeah, that's coming along
Makes
pretty
sense.
well. Hold that up to the. Ooh. Nope. There we go. Nope. Can't quite see it, but yeah.
Sorry.
You're right. Okay, there we go. So that the wash on the yellow. Just giving that some nice depth. We'll come back and fix that up. Give that a little bit of a chance to dry.
Yeah. It also seems a little humid today.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's completely humid. Are you looking at my pits?
No. I'm not looking at your pits.
Yeah. Oh,
I was totally looking
sorry.
at his pits.
I sweat walking downstairs. Notice I said down.
Down, yeah.
Josh says, "Hey guys, I've been painting most of yesterday and today because I don't always catch the stream. But the one where Dave died was funny."
Dave's not dead.
Dave's not dead.
Oh, you mean Kurt? Maybe.
No. We made a comment about Dave having died,
Oh yeah,
and I think that was at Origins.
it was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I
We
see.
did.
You want Jason instead
Yeah.
of me?
Yes.
I'm being replaced already. Didn't even last a year.
Well, here's the thing. Jason's from Canada, and we love Jason, but he's from Canada. So,
I'm heading to Canada on the weekend.
yeah,
Like, not just for the weekend, though, just like going for a week and a bit.
a week in a bit.
Yep.
Also, Carl says hashtag pit life.
Hashtag pit life.
Yeah. Thanks, Carl.
Ed says, watching while I work, I wish I could be painting instead.
Oh, yeah, right?
Yeah.
So Rick, hold on. Let me get this straight. So when you were at Origins, you were on with Jason, and he's from Canada.
Yes.
Yet he didn't bring you any maple syrup.
Oh, I know. I was livid. And by livid, you can't really be livid with a Canadian.
You were sort of slightly disappointed.
Slightly disappointed.
You looked at him askew. You went, as if to say, "Where's my maple syrup?"
Right. And it's like, if anybody in the gaming community, in the industry, or whatever, knows me and knows that I talk about maple syrup a lot, especially on this show.
Excessively.
Excessively. You would think that a company by the name of Maple Games from Canada
Oh, really? They
would,
did?
have some syrup for me.
I
And not to say that for me, but in general, like packets of syrup to give to people. Be like, here, play Maple Games. Hashtag here's some syrup.
Here's some syrup.
I'm just imagining it comes in like ketchup packets.
I was just thinking the exact same thing.
Like, ew.
I was thinking those little containers from McDonald's that you
Yeah,
get with
that
your,
are like the plastic, like
The cups
yeah, those ones.
would be glorious.
You just get on all the pieces.
Oh, it
Stick
would be a
together.
mess. I had syrup this morning, so yeah,
Of course.
I did. I went to Burger King before coming into work, and I grabbed some of those, their French toast sticks,
Okay.
and got some maple syrup with those.
Yeah.
I was like,
How-
life.
How are they?
They're delicious.
Yeah.
They're like any French toast sticks that you could get anywhere.
Anyway,
Yeah,
number of French toast sticks I've had in my life:
0.
0.
Jamie says, cousin, you are living the dream. Have a great day.
Thanks. Yeah, Jamie French.
Pritchard.
Oh, Jamie Pritchard, my cousin in Virginia Beach. Yeah.
Gotta be careful about which cousin it is.
I have 2 Jamie cousins, 1 male, 1 female.
Okay.
French toast sticks are good.
Mm,
You should have them, Dave.
you
Okay.
should.
That's what I had for breakfast.
I will go looking for them tomorrow. Actually, no, I don't have time to do it tomorrow. I'll go looking for them
When I get back from
when I
Canada
get back from Canada.
with real maple syrup.
Yeah. Oh no.
Facts.
Now I have a mission.
Real maple syrup,
Okay.
as provided by Canada.
I'll see what I can do.
You can get maple syrup from Vermont
But not. I mean, you can.
I'm
and
not,
New Hampshire.
But
I'm not going to Vermont.
but here's the thing.
It's,
Jerome doesn't go home very often.
it's just as real.
Jerome's from Vermont, and he doesn't go home very often
He needs to go home more often.
to get maple syrup.
Bring in
yeah.
more maple syrup.
Exactly. It's
That'd
like,
be great.
come on, dude.
Okay. Oh. What are we looking at there? So he's got these bright yellow pants that have panels.
Okay.
So I could paint them as really wide stripes.
All right.
But I'm tempted to just put a thin purple pinstripe down the middle of each panel.
Ooh, yeah.
No?
That would be cool.
Nothing says fancy like pinstripes.
Correct. Fancy Southern wear. You know, and trying to come up with a voice for this guy, and I think a kind of like a Southern dandy would be just fine.
Can his name be Aloysius?
Aloysius.
I don't know when
Good
that
afternoon. My name is Aloysius.
I have no idea what-
see you've come to me for a bit of help.
James
sounded
says,
old.
can
There's a
we
little bit of
name
Cajun.
Dave's pirate
Yeah.
merchant Bargain Bob?
Bargain Bob.
Bargain Bob the Pirate Merchant.
Bargain Bob, sorry.
Bargain Bob.
Bargain Bob.
Sure. Yep.
Bargain Bob is good too.
That is true. It is good too.
My friends call me Bargain Bob.
Bargain Bob.
You might recognize my colors from the great lands of Kalimshan,
Excellent.
where the fashion is quite the thing.
You're sounding like
What?
Quinn from
Into the
Into
Badlands.
Yeah, that's what you were going for.
Yeah.
I'm glad I picked up on it then.
Are you caught up?
I am basically caught up. I'm probably like only an episode behind.
Okay. So you did get to see the Baji with the octopus nunchuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes. So good.
I think it's funny that he's in like a different costume every week.
Right. That's why I'm
You've got plenty of cosplay
it's
opportunities.
like crepes.
Yep.
But I got to find an octopus, stuffed animal octopus to use for nunchucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that. It's I'm enjoying the show,
Okay.
but it's one of those ones where every episode they bring in something that makes me, because I'm still trying to work out where it is, where it's set.
It's in, okay. Okay.
It's set in the U.S.
I can't say if it's U.S., but it is. You have to watch the most recent episode.
Okay.
It kind of gives you a little bit more information on that.
Well, the things I'm finding amusing about it
Okay.
are that so initially with the plantations and the poppy fields and that sort of thing, and particularly Quinn's accent,
Right.
It sort of sets up. It feels like it's supposed to be in like Alabama or
Sure. A southern
that
state.
sort of, a southern state.
Okay.
When there's a point where they go through the wall. Well, when they get to the wall, and it's like, well, this kind of feels like Hadrian's Wall
Okay.
across England.
Right.
And then there's one point where they have to go back through the wall, and they're paying somebody,
Yes.
and they go through, and there's a gas station sign which says Mex Sol.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, this is the Mexican border and the wall. And then that episode where there's that gauntlet that they have to run through. Amusingly enough,
with the crossbow shooter.
with the crossbow shooter, yeah. So it's the only place that they could possibly cross.
Yeah, which is very strange.
Yeah, logically it doesn't work. But he picks up a door from a New York taxi,
Yeah.
and it's like, they're walking these places, or if they're lucky, they're in a car,
Right.
which is those cars are more than like 200 years old
Yeah.
and running just fine.
And running just fine.
Just fine.
Science.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of things that are
Yeah.
incongruous.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to
Well, you
ignore
also
all
have
of
the
those.
temple, the temple of the master,
Right.
where the dark ones get trained,
Yeah.
and that gives you a very Tibetan feel.
Right. Yep. Oh, and that was the other thing where the castle where the pilgrim ends up.
The museum.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
like DC. It could be like the National.
No, I was thinking. Well, when they sort of find it, and they look
Okay.
out, and it's on that lake.
Yes.
It's very Scottish.
Right. It is.
It's a Scottish loch, and
Yeah.
it's like that wasn't filmed in the U.S.
Right.
So it's all confusing. I don't understand.
Welcome to another episode of Painting Happy Little Badlands.
Sorry.
Well, we do like the show.
It's full of villains.
Yes, it is. And sometimes the heroes who become villains and villains who become heroes.
Yeah. So,
All good stuff.
but yeah, it's fun. Has
It's
its-
very formulaic
Oh,
as
yeah,
well
yeah.
in its writing, in that there will be a decent fight in the beginning, in the first 15 minutes.
right.
Then there'll be some dialogue-y stuff, and then there's like an epic fight.
That stuff's just called dialogue.
And I don't like it. I mean, what did
Then there'll be an
dialogue
epic
ever-
fight. Yeah.
Then what did dialogue ever accomplish in an action flick?
Right. I know.
It's usually just the villain monologuing.
Yeah.
So that the good guy can get set up to be the good guy.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got his purple vest. There.
All right.
So you can see that. I'm wondering, on the on his collar, he has the different sections, and it kind of looks like they're quilted.
Okay.
So what do you think about if I was to go along and paint each alternate one purple?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that would work?
Yeah, that
Or
would
should I
work.
go for a different color?
I think purple would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hashtag color wheel.
Well, his vest is already purple. So, so it's going to be fun because I can't see them all.
No?
No. So I'm just going to be guessing.
Yeah, your guessing is still going to be magnificent.
I hope. Great guess, Dave. Okay. It'll be good enough. There we go. But,
That flesh, what was that flesh paint that you had with the P3 flesh?
oh, Rin Flesh.
Rin flesh.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a great, nice, very pale flesh color.
Okay.
Speaking of P3, this weekend is Lock and Load.
Is that their little...
It's the War
con?
Machine, War Machine Horde's a Privateer Press convention out in Washington State.
Nice.
So,
Well, if anybody's going out there, hope you guys have fun.
yeah. I know a couple of guys are headed out for that.
Nice.
And I mention that because my buddy's Devin is heading out there. I saw him last Friday when he dropped off his pieces for the charity army
Okay.
for Nova Open.
I'm guessing they looked amazing.
Yeah, really beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. But we also got a piece for that from Dallas Camp, who is the studio painter for Privateer Press,
Okay.
which is cool.
James is headed out.
All right, James.
Catch you later, James.
So tomorrow, for all of you watching and seeing these particular miniatures getting painted today, at 2 p.m. tomorrow on Building Character, we're going to actually come up with the merchant characters, stats and background and everything on Building Character tomorrow. So please stay, tune in for that and help us come up with everything. If we want to go with Aloysius.
You want to stick with Aloysius, or do you want to go with something else?
Barge and Bob.
Yeah, that's also a good option.
Bargain and Bob.
Bargain and Bob. Or someone else might come up with a really cool name.
Cooler than Barge and Bob?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
It's a tough one.
It's a challenge.
It is.
I challenge you all. Okay. There we go. And pinstripes without my glasses is also something that's fun.
Oh, of course it is. I mean,
Craig and Mike are wondering what are you painting? Like, what is the model?
This actual one. I'm not sure what the name of the model is.
I don't know either, because I think these were like a bunch of loose ones I got from WizKids that were like on display.
Yeah.
At a con a while back. But these are part of the Nolzo's Marvelous Miniatures. If you want to go to www.wizkids.com/unpainted.
Unpainted, okay.
All of the models that are available in their Nolzors and Deep Cuts lines are there, and you should be able to find it.
Spot this guy.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I'm looking it up now.
With these. Cool. Thanks, Johnny.
I think in that one, the
D&D one, or
two-pack.
is it a Pathfinder?
What's that?
Is it a D&D one or a Pathfinder?
That I don't know.
Okay. You're no help to me.
I know. I am the worst.
Carl says the merchant is from quote unquote merchant's 2-pack from WizKids.
Okay.
Primed unpainted line.
Yep.
The other mini was a barmaid.
Ah,
with
they came in that 2-pack. Okay. He's gonna make a fine villain.
He will. For sure. He's got lots of sort of pouches around his waist. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
So I guess that they're all different things that.
Yeah, like I'm imagining that he like has some exotic iocane powder, maybe.
Yeah, he's like, oh, do you like the powders? No, I like the potions.
I
Oh,
like
okay.
the potions. Well, I can help you with that too. Good set.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting character build.
Sneaky dealer of some kind.
Yeah.
Craig says he's in the process of trying to make an airship out of a toy aircraft carrier he found at the Goodwill.
Ooh,
Okay, cool.
nice.
Like a when you say airship, like the helicarrier from
Agents of Shield
Avengers.
or that.
They're like one and the same.
They are.
Yeah.
There's also one in Deadpool.
Should I have said the MCU?
No, I mean you were good. You were right on, spot on.
That's the only place I've seen it.
I just thought we were at that point where, you know, we could finish each other's sentences.
Sandwiches. you always finish my sandwiches.
That's true.
They say that in Frozen, which is
Yep.
really great.
We finish each other's sandwiches.
And I don't know why. And I like read this whole article about how like the person they were like they had to watch Arrested Development because they quote that in Arrested Development.
Oh, okay.
It's like there's like a couple things in Frozen that they like quote from Arrested Development. It's really weird. And it's amazing and hilarious.
So for those of you watching, earlier before we came on live here, Leon had asked us who our favorite Disney villains were. But I'm going to expand that into what are some of your favorite villains in general, but especially in the like fantasy realms, you know?
Yeah.
Because I mean, there are some really good ones out there.
Also, Craig said not exactly. It's for D&D, the airship.
Oh, the airship.
Probably
Yeah.
Oh,
really
okay,
good.
right. So
Yeah, sorry.
okay. The Duke of Weaselton.
Duke of Weaselton.
Wesselton.
Wesselton. It's Wesselton. From Frozen.
From Frozen, yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of Frozen,
He's not even really the main villain in that. He's more of
No.
like a red herring, though.
he is.
He
Yeah.
is, right.
I'm
He's
not a
so
big fan of
cool.
red herrings.
Only blue ones.
Yeah. Only pickled ones.
Hashtag colored wheel. So I like Thulsa Doom from Conan,
Okay.
and also Lord Darkness from Legend. Are two really good fantasy villains. And Cardinal Richelieu
Oh.
from the Three Musketeers.
Yep.
So that,
As played by Tim Curry.
As played by Tim Curry as well, yes.
Okay. I got to paint one of those. Painted Cardinal Richelieu recently.
Nice.
Yeah. For a 1672 skirmish game. With all like musketeers and
Okay,
pikemen and that sort of thing.
nice.
Also, Carl said he painted the merchant, and he actually posted it to the Painting Happy Little Minis page,
Nice.
Cool. Awesome.
which is cool.
We will go and check it out. What colors did you go with, Carl?
Ooh.
Just because I can't check it out at the moment. Did you go with flamboyant colors, or
A more muted, piratey.
I think Sauron is my top
Sauron
villain.
is your favorite?
Favorite?
Sure,
Maybe.
just go for the big bad.
Yeah.
I don't like people with bodies. I just like disembodied spirits.
spirits. I like
Eyes, big eyes.
Big anime eyes
Anime
that are on
eyes.
fire.
He
Yep.
said blue frills on the vest,
Okay.
red and yellow pants, and a white shirt.
Oh, nice. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Quite
Craig
flamboyant.
says, oh wow, there's a lot. Joker, Jarlaxle,
Jarlaxle, nice.
Ringwraiths, Dracula, Matt Mercer's character from the mythical movies, Tim Curry's version of It.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
Yeah,
Tim Curry,
as Pennywise.
turns out. Yep.
Jarlaxle's a great villain, but I think they kind of turned him into an anti-villain, kind of like how Venom and Punisher have transformed. But Jarlaxle is from the Forgotten Realms novels that R.A. Salvatore wrote in regards to the Dark Elf Drist.
Okay.
The whole Drist line. He was a kind of like a bandit leader from the Underdark.
Right.
Oh, wow. He looks really cool.
Jarlaxle?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is cool. He is a schema.
Excellent.
I think something was recently posted about that character. I think R.A. Salvatore is writing something new.
Yeah.
That is the main character, is Jarlaxle.
Okay. There we go. Fancy Pants.
Mr. Fancy Pants.
It looks like the uniform for the...
Oh, the Swiss Guard.
Yeah.
Like we're.
I know we already
Yeah.
talked about that, but it really did.
I kind of have a feeling that I should put some green in here and have a very like New Orleans, Mardi
Ooh.
Gras kind of
Yeah.
feel. There we go.
Oh, Craig also says, and any Christopher Walken bad guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was great in what was the name of the movie? Suicide Kings? Was that Suicide Kings? Where
They capture
the
him?
kids kidnap him?
Yes. Oh, you knew at this.
Yeah.
I like when different actors or whatever do the impressions, and every one of them has their version of Christopher Walken.
Impression.
Yeah, Johnny, what's that guy's name from Walking Dead that does impressions?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That was Ross Marquand. He had a video, like it was a couple months ago, that you just now found out
Yeah,
about.
recently.
But it's Ross Marquand, who I can't remember his character on The Walking Dead, but he does all kinds of celebrity impersonations as if those celebrities were taking on the role in another movie.
Right. And his one with John Malkovich.
Oh yeah, where he's like as Rose from Titanic. And it's
Yeah.
like, I want you to paint me like one of your French girls, wearing this, wearing only this. I don't do it justice, but his impressions are like spot on.
Yeah, he's really good. And you might have recognized him too in Infinity War. He played the Red Skull.
Okay. That wasn't Sam Neill?
It was not the guy, or Hugo.
Oh, Hugo Weaving. Hugo Weaving. I always get Hugo Weaving and Sam Neill mixed up.
Wow.
Always. Always.
Also,
One is
Carl...
from Australia and one's from New Zealand.
What'd you say?
I think one's from Australia and one's from New Zealand.
The...
That would explain everything.
So we see a lot of them.
You're like, gross. Not the New Zealand chap.
That's okay. No, he's fine.
Carl also says, speaking of Jarlaxle, sorry, Artemis
And Terry.
Terry
Yeah, Artemis and Terry. It's really
needs
awesome.
a
too.
nod.
Yeah, he's a good villain too. Another one from the Dark Elf stories. He was an assassin from Kalimshan who comes up and is hired to kill, I want to say Regis, the halfling. And of course, because Regis is affiliated with your heroes.
Right.
Not
Drizzt
Regis the
and-
Philbin?
Not Regis the Philbin. No.
Or Regis, the inventory company.
Right.
Okay.
And you find out that Artemis is just super awesome when it comes to he is a true killer.
Right.
And then he runs into Drizzt, who is also not a true killer, but just an amazing swordsman.
Okay.
And the two of them have many conflicts throughout the stories.
Right.
And they actually have this huge respect for each other because of their fighting skills and art. Because they look at it like as an art form.
Right.
And it's just like,
And the opportunity to practice against somebody who
it's like
who's that good.
Artemis gets to the point where he's like addicted to running into Drizzt just so he can. I mean, he wants to defeat him,
Sure.
but just the opportunity to have that spar session,
Yep.
becomes this like whole big thing for him. And of course, Dritz is the one who eventually wins in the end.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. But the lead up to it is really, I mean, there's character dynamic changes in Artemis and stuff throughout the whole process.
Right.
So it's really good stuff.
I will admit, Leona, I was hoping they did spoil it. So I didn't have to go.
I mean, I do spoil things often, right?
No, not really.
But this is more of a, I wouldn't say so much as spoilers as you're going to read it, if you were to read it, you'd be like, oh, okay, I know where this is going, but there's going to be things in that path that you're going to be like, oh, whoa.
Right. Cool.
Craig says Vecna needs mentioning as well.
Vecna is a good bad guy.
Who's Vecna?
Or Vecna is like a demigod, a demon-ish from the Greyhawk story arcs in D&D. There's the Eye of Vecna, the Hand of Vecna.
Oh, I've heard of those two. Yeah. But there's like the body of Vecna that these things belong to?
I don't know about all
It's
that.
interesting because on Wikipedia they say it's one of the greatest villains in Dungeons and Dragons.
Vecna?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Temple of Elemental Evil is one of the best modules ever written, in my opinion. And I feel like, if I remember right, there's some stuff in regards to Vecna in that.
Right.
It's been a long time since I've played in that module.
I'm not sure why, but whenever I hear you say Vecna, I'm thinking Venkman.
Venkman?
Yeah.
Ghostbusters?
Yep.
Seems right. Accurate.
Not sure why.
Yeah, Vecna is a great one. Orcus is another good one. When you think about big bad guys, Tiamat, especially in D&D. Tiamat the dragon.
The chromatic dragon?
The mother of chromatic dragons, yeah.
Right. Okay. Sorry, I'm old school, so there was only one chromatic dragon back then.
No, they're all chromatics. Red, green, white, black. Those are the chromatics. The metallics are, gold, copper, bronze.
Okay, we get it.
Craig says, in my friend's game, I'm running the lantern archetype I made.
Yeah.
And per backstory, Necron wants me to gain enough power to kill Vecna.
Ooh. I can dig it.
Okay.
I really like those pants, Dave.
Yeah. Oops. Sorry.
I think we need Thea to make you the costume.
So Dave can be dressed as that character?
Yes.
How about no?
How about yes?
How about yes? I'd totally wear that to the Renfest.
Oh
There you
my
go.
God,
Okay.
yeah.
I totally wear that every day.
Johnny, Leona, you will be
Dave.
gifted with purple and yellow striped pants.
One of these days, you're going to come in here, and me and Leona are going to be wearing matching outfits in that costume.
That would be awesome.
I agree. But I also like the idea of you wearing it too.
No.
And you have to, too.
Yeah. Oh, I would wear it too, yeah.
I'm the only one who wouldn't,
No,
it appears.
you all have to.
We all have to do it?
It's part of the gang.
Mhm.
I don't. What's that line? I think it's a Groucho Marx line.
Something
I wouldn't want to belong to a club that would have me as a member.
Yeah. Yeah. So funny.
Yeah, me at clubs. Gangs.
So for those of you that may be just tuning in and checking out what we're doing today, we are painting some WizKids miniatures from their unpainted line. A little bit of mix. I think some of these are Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures, and then also deep cuts, Pathfinder deep cuts. So, but it's all WizKids. You can check out more information about it at wizkids.com/unpainted.
Excellent. Did we had a competition on Tuesday? Do we need to draw a winner for that, or do we need to sort that out next week?
What was the competition we did on Tuesday again?
To win
With the
the
painting.
Oh,
Star Trek?
yeah.
Keith.
No, Keith won.
Keith
Yeah,
won?
yeah, Keith won.
Okay, I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Congratulations, Keith.
Also, Craig says complete with the Captain Morgan pose.
Yeah,
We have to post.
it's pretty awesome. Well, there it is. Keep moving it.
Is it on a chest or a keg?
It's a chest.
And we have a chest that looks just like that in the back.
Actually, if we can get a tiny little bottle,
Okay.
stick it in his hand. Yeah. So he's like,
Can't you just take some green stuff and Sculpey that out?
yeah, but we can also find tiny little bottles.
Which we can from the tavern.
There you
Ah.
go. I'm trying to reduce the amount of work I have to do,
Oh, yeah.
not increase it.
I look at this guy because he has a pole arm, a long sword, a long bow, maybe a short bow, and some arrows and stuff. I'm trying to see if he has any other weapons kind of dangling around. It's like,
Probably does.
you know, what kind of, are any of these magical? You know? It's like, ooh. Could be magical. Right now, I'm kind of going with that whole, like, Dracula red armor.
Right.
There we go.
So,
Charity has a good question. Have you
Okay.
ever rage quit painting miniatures?
no.
No.
Like, have you ever gotten so annoyed with what you're doing that
With
you
the
just
miniature that I
stopped?
stopped. Not annoyed.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
That's
get.
impressive.
I don't get like that either. With miniatures
Painting sort of, for me, painting miniatures is my zen. So that's where I go to, like, when I'm painting a miniature, it's like,
yeah, it's
Your happy place?
It's the art of chill.
yeah, just, yeah. I've been annoyed that things have stopped me from painting miniatures
Yeah,
or interrupted
yes.
my miniature painting. But yeah, I haven't. Although, having said that as well, I can understand how people can get to a point where they get frustrated
Yeah,
with
sure.
painting. I probably have at some stage in the past, but not for a long time. So I would say, when that happens, just take a deep breath, put it down, step away, do something completely different,
Yeah.
something not creative, something where you don't have to think.
Yeah.
Um,
Like chop wood.
chop wood, go for a run,
Yeah.
watch some TV.
Yeah, because Carl says rage quit painting a miniature only like every night. See, that's what I
See, I've never.
That's a lot
been-
of rage.
That's kind of interesting because I've never been that person, even like with video games.
Yep.
You know, a lot of people get ragey when they play a first-person shooter and they're getting shot all the time. They're not
Yep.
progressing or whatever. I have never been that person that has been like throwing my controller or anything like that. It's just like it's a game.
Right.
If it's a hard level for me,
Yep.
I put the controller down and I go. I have 1,000 other things I could do that is just as entertaining right now, and I go do that thing.
Sit down and come back to it.
Yeah, and come back to it later. Then I realize, aha, Skyrim should have went with sneak and longbow.
One Inch Hero says, I rage quit painting a miniature one time. I had finished painting a 40k orc war boss, and he looked amazing. I took him outside to spray him with matte seal, but he grabbed his black primer by mistake.
Oh no!
Yep. I had a friend of mine
Rough.
do that. Yeah. A friend of mine had painted an orc wyvern. So it's probably
Okay.
about this big.
Okay.
We went to do the same thing. It was like at night, and it was at my place. So he grabbed the can, went aside, brought it back in.
Ta-da!
Did he not
Black
realize? Like
miniature.
when he,
No, because there wasn't a light outside. So it was a place I was renting.
That is
Yeah,
tragedy.
It was tragedy. So we had a tournament a week later. So
Oh no!
basically, I just put down my dwarves that I was painting and helped him out.
All right.
So we got it done. Had a good tournament.
Okay. I mean, in that instance, I might have a moment.
Yeah. There are always things that'll give you those moments.
Yeah.
But yeah, the I think the key thing is trying to work out and understand what is making you rage about the miniature, and then working out a solution or finding out where you can talk about a solution or that sort of thing.
Right.
But
Timothy asks, are you going to paint the Star Wars line?
Which Star Wars line?
that's right, there are quite a few. But we have done some Star Wars Legion stuff. When I say some, I mean
All of it?
6 weeks of it. We painted a lot of Star Wars Legion, all of Wave 1.
Yeah.
But
and we've painted some Star Wars, or at least I did. You
no,
did
no,
too.
I
You
did
did,
too.
yeah, Wookiee.
I did a couple of guys.
Yeah, we did the Star Wars Imperial Assault minis as well.
Yep. So we've done some. So they'll be in our back catalog if you want to go and check those out.
Yeah, he was saying Legion.
Oh, yeah.
You missed it. Sorry.
Okay. No worries. Yeah, I think so. That's on our YouTube channel. I'm not
Yes.
sure if are they tagged in some way.
Yeah.
So they're probably tagged. So if you can find so go to the GTM Game Trade Media channel.
Yeah, Game Trade Media on YouTube, and you can find all of our Star Wars Legion paints that we did.
Yep.
Are we doing Star Wars next week?
No.
No.
Next week with Jeff, we are painting
Some stuff from Soul Wars, I think.
part of Age of Sigmar.
The new Age of Sigmar box
Yes.
set. Yep.
And we're going to be painting his miniatures, which means he's a brave person to let me paint his miniatures because he is so good. I don't want to be like him going, Rick, don't pick up that brush.
Maybe you just have you clip everything off the sprue.
No, they're already put together.
Okay.
Yeah, he already.
Dang it.
So,
Spoil my joke.
but here's the thing. I did some Nurgle
Yeah.
poxed
Oh, the Poxwalkers?
poxwalkers.
Yeah.
But I was given a recipe,
Yeah.
and those actually turned out pretty good.
Cool.
So if he has a recipe for the miniatures that we'll be painting, I probably can follow the paint by numbers
Sure.
because that's what Kurt did.
Okay.
He gave me basically a paint by numbers process to do the poxwalkers, and
Cool.
they turned out pretty well.
Excellent. That is good.
Also, Charity says, I miss the Bob Ross wig that you used to wear.
Aw. I do too sometimes. But I will say this, wearing that, now that it's getting towards the summer too,
It's hot.
hot. So hot and sweaty.
That's a
Yeah.
problem with wigs.
Oh, hang on a second. I've been sitting here thinking that he's holding out his hand like that, as if waiting for something to be put in it, and maybe the hand itself was a little bit mismolded.
Okay.
But it's not. There's something in his hand.
Does he have coin?
It might be coin. So I'll have to paint it like that.
All right.
Gotta be quick.
Yeah, so like I was saying, I'm painting like just the guards to this merchant.
Yep.
Because all merchants have a little brute squad. And the leader of the brute squad.
You are the Brute Squad.
I am the brute squad. He was supposed to be this great thing. Vestini. Don't be mad, Vestini.
Second Princess Bride reference today.
Is it?
You mentioned iocane powder earlier.
I did.
And didn't even remember. Okay, what color mustache should he get?
Blue.
Blue?
Ooh, where he dyes it in exotic ink, dyes from the lands of Kalimshan.
Yeah. You think blue?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't know. It's going to clash.
Oh,
Maybe that's the point.
Yeah, that's the point to me.
I look up, I look at Leona, and it's very obvious that that was the point. Okay.
and if you don't do it like that, she's gonna hit you with some interior, a great interior design comment.
It would have been better, but...
It looks great, Really. However, it's not where I would have went with it.
Where's that voice coming from?
I don't know.
Okay.
I did watch A Knight's Tale recently, so.
Okay. Still, I don't remember anybody in that movie. Sound like that.
Dang it. All right.
Oh, if you want to see a cool Heath Ledger film that you probably haven't seen yet, check out Two Hands.
Two Hands?
Two Hands. He's so Heath Ledger is it's set in Sydney, Australia, and Heath Ledger ends up sort of getting in trouble with some gangsters.
Okay.
And basically loses some money that he was supposed to deliver.
Okay.
And
all trouble ensues?
Trouble ensues, yeah.
All right, I can dig it.
It's not, it's got a lot of humor in it.
Okay. Australian humor?
Australian humor, yeah, in general.
Oh, okay.
It will translate okay.
Will it?
Yeah, better than my dialogue.
Okay.
But yeah, you'll be fine.
Craig asks, what are the other minis sitting by you, Rick?
The big pile.
This big pile?
Mm-hmm.
This was like, so all of these are also Nolzor's miniatures or WizKids unpainted minis, but these were like the ones that we were looking at to portray villains in our upcoming little run on doing some villain sets. So there's quite a few here that I think would look really good as villains or assassins and stuff. And because one of our heroes is a Dragonborn, I kind of thought having a villainous Dragonborn would be kind of cool as well.
Right, yeah.
So there's a lot there. So we're right here on the edge, the end of our time.
It's going to give me enough time to paint this mustache blue.
I just won't paint his pants blue.
Not easy. I'm going to paint your silver pants blue.
Charity asks if do fans send us miniatures to us as gifts. No, they do not. I have had a viewer once send me some miniatures to be painted for him, and I did that. I painted his minis for him. That was kind of cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that was Alan Nain, I believe was his name. Alan Nains, yeah. And but yeah, we don't. One person also, Cannon, painted a miniature for me. And that miniature is in the Good Guys group of building characters, which is really cool.
Yeah, he's a barbarian.
Yep. So, on that note, let me just show you what I've done. I basically painted red on 4 different miniatures, but they will all have to be finished up. So
5 different miniatures.
5 different miniatures.
Yeah, don't sell yourself short.
Yeah. But this will be like the Brute Squad or the Elite Guard for this character that we're building, and the leader of the Elite Guard with the pole arm there. So his left-hand man.
Yep. Okay. And I'm just rushing here.
You're rushing.
Oh, you okay.
Nah.
For a second there, I thought everybody was looking at me.
No.
And no one?
No one was.
No one was watching.
Hooray, that's okay. I'm good with that.
Swipe those off of there.
No.
No.
Oh. Fix Toby's boot there. There we go.
Just the toe.
Todd says math is hard.
Yeah,
It
that's
is.
my brother. All right, so here's the merchant leader, the pirate merchant bad guy that will be on tomorrow's episode of Building Character.
I completely forgot to go and highlight his vest.
It's all good. It looks amazing.
Yay, look at his blue mustache.
Blue mustache. There you go.
Yep,
I think it looks good.
it does look good. It shows that he has a flair, if you would,
If you would.
for a little bit more cultured.
Oh, cultured appearance.
A cultured appearance and lifestyle.
I see. I see.
I see,
I
I
do
see.
declare.
I do declare, son. Kind of that whole foghorn leghorn.
Foghorn leghorn thing. For sure. For sure. It's where I get all of my southern accents from. Foghorn leghorn.
All right, so there you go, everybody. If you want to find out more, I've said it previously in this stream today, but we were going to pitch it one more time. If you want to find out more about WizKids and all their products, especially their miniature line, go to WizKids.com/unpainted, and you can see all their amazing miniatures that they have available, and probably some more that are coming out real soon.
Cool.
One of the cool things at Origins was getting to see some of the other miniatures that are coming out that are going to be part of their unpainted line. They've got giants coming.
Nice.
They have a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And,
Sorry.
and they've got that big pirate ship
All right.
that they're doing, but that comes out later in the year. And I hope that we will get an opportunity to paint that. I mean, it is like this big.
I'm twitching a little bit.
I mean, you do half, I'll do half, because I think
Sure.
it splits in half.
Okay. Right, yeah.
Yeah, it'll look
Sure.
cool.
We'll do that.
Maybe, we'll see. You hear that there, Justin? If you're watching, send it through. The pirate ship needs to get painted. But yeah, and
Awesome.
so go check that out. Go to your local game store. You can find all these miniatures at your local game store. Just find the one nearest you, and they'll have them.
Yep.
If they're out, stand by. They're coming. They're on the boat. From what they were telling me at the Origins, that a lot of the miniatures that everybody's missing out on right now because of they sold out, like the Beholder,
Right.
are on their way. So it's pretty exciting. Oh yeah, that's gonna look cool once those guys are done.
There we go.
As his guard.
And see where I put his special guy?
Yep, on his left
Left
hand side.
Yeah.
It's like I say.
There we go.
And we got to come up with names, not so much for the shield wielders, but yeah, his left hand.
Grunt 1, Grunt 2.
Yeah, that's all they're gonna be. But that guy with the pole arm, he's gonna get named.
Yep.
Yeah, and he'll be pretty awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah. So on that note, I'm Rick,
I'm Dave.
and we'll see you at the game store. Hey guys, we're super excited to share that our new book, The Overstreet Guide to Collecting Tabletop Games, is now available.
We love tabletop gaming as much as you do, and we're so thrilled to share the finished book with the community. This book covers the history of the tabletop industry, from classic board games like Monopoly to collectible card games like Magic, and of course RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons.
The book also highlights some of the top talent in the industry, featuring interviews with Peter Atkinson, Matthew Mercer, Larry Elmore, and many more. Plus, we chatted with collectors from all walks of life who shared their own knowledge and insight about tabletop collecting.
We also discuss everything from the impact of crowdfunding on the current state of the industry, as well as take a look at all sorts of ways to preserve your collection for years to come. This book provides a perfect snapshot of the tabletop industry at large and shows what makes this hobby so great.
You can head into your local game store or comic shop right now and pick up your copy of the Overstreet Guide to Collecting Tabletop Games. If they don't have it in stock, you can order your copy through Previews, through Game Trade Magazine, or through gemstonepub.com.
Thanks for watching Painting Happy Little Minis. If you liked it, leave a like and a comment below, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new content. Thanks for watching Painting Happy Little Minis. If you liked it, leave a like and a comment below, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new content.